You're listening to Teats and Ash, the show where two real-life providers get real about health habits, wellness, and the broken healthcare system. We're here to educate, empower, and entertain you. One appointment-free episode at a time. This is healthcare without the bullshit.
Back.
Yay. Ashley and Tara, Teats and Ash at the Ashley Clinic.
I'm Teats. I'm Tara.
I'm the Ash, Ashley.
No. Today's hot topic, actually, it's been a hot topic for many, many years.
For many years.
Point
because we've been doing it for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The GLP-1s.
The GLP-1s.
Everybody wants some.
Yeah. Because they're very effective.
Yeah. So GLP-1s, they are the miracle drugs of the...
But you can't say miracle drugs.
But they are. It is what it is. Are they actual magic beans, though? Are they magical or miracle? That is the question, really.
It's a magical.
It is it is not magical.
It's not magical. No, it's not magical. We can't say that. I mean, we actually say that in the statute. You can't call them miracle or magic. You can't say miracle. The statute, you cannot use diet medications. You cannot state that they are miracle drugs
or
magical beans.
Or magical beans. Well, I mean, what about the Gen Pop using it just all willy-nilly? Because that's what we're told when they come in.
Yeah. I need that shot. I need that shot.
The shot.
So that's been, a lot of our bread and butter here in the clinic for the past few years, honestly, just because it has worked so well. I've used it. We've all used it. I mean, it just helps you metabolically all around together. So GLP-1s are glucagon-like peptides. They're peptide. Peptides are short amino acid chains. We've been using peptides for a very long time, actually. It's just Big Pharma decided to dip their toe in the pool and say, look what we can harness with this.
Well, I mean, and honestly, they have been using GLPs for decades for diabetes.
This isn't new news.
This is not a new medication, and providers have been using them across the board for decades to help with, different things. And then guess what they noticed? They had
losing weight.
People had weight loss. And then it was harnessed, about 5 years ago? Strictly where people started using it for weight loss.
For weight loss. It was for type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
I remember there was that whole big issue with getting GLP-1s where I don't want to take the diabetics medication away. Well, here's the thing. So Ozempic and Mounjaro have the indication for type 2 diabetes. Wegovy and Zepbound have the indication for weight loss. So how it works is they said, hey, we've got these great GLP-1s. They're great for these diabetics. And then we see that it has this great weight loss. Can we get this approved for weight loss too? And they were like, haha, FDA. No, you're going to have to do something else. So basically they said, okay, well, we'll just put it in this other pen over here. We'll call it something else and we'll get the indication for weight loss for that particular drug. And that's what they did. These drugs are made by the same manufacturers, damn near in the same plant, same dosing tiers just about also. So it's the same drug. It's just if you have diabetes, you have to go with this one. If you have weight loss, you have to go with this one. And that's just how that works. They're basically the same price as well.
So I have some questions.
Okay.
Are you ready? How much weight loss is realistic on this medication?
So by law in Florida specifically, we have to tell you 1 to 2 pounds a week just because we want it to be safe. We want it to be long-term, sustainable, efficacious. We don't want you to lose 10 pounds in 3 days. That's just water and nothing. Muscle.
I mean, because you haven't eaten. So now you're malnourished and constipated.
Yeah. So I know I lost 70 pounds and it was too much. You lost your ass. I need you to gain 10 pounds back. So I did that.
And people do, yeah. So 1 to 2 pounds a week, which equals 4 to 8 pounds a month.
That's a lot of weight.
That is a significant amount of weight, especially when you add it all together. So that's when we say things like this isn't like a magic.
You got to put in the work.
Medication. You got to put in the work. So what is the work that we're talking about? When we're saying putting in the work, are we saying you got to weight train, you got to work out 5 days a week, you got to do this, you got to do that? No. With any diet plan.
So
you start slow.
You can't just gas it from the get-go and go start working out at a gym and cutting all of your carbs. You got to ease into this stuff because you want to make this sustainable for you so that you can have this long-term weight loss and overall health, realistically, is what it is. You start feeling less toxic. You are metabolically more efficient. We are metabolically inefficient in this world. Terrible.
I know.
The way that we eat.
I found the American College of Cardiology, as of June, put out a statement that they were incorporating the use of GLP-1s in CVD patients. Like basically it's hand in hand. So the chair of the CCG, she stated weight management by the cardiovascular community needs to be embraced given both prevalence of obesity and its impact it has on many forms of CVD. And I mean, there's 1 billion obese patients in the world. 1 billion. So you cannot cure, if that's your target, right? If you're trying to cure heart disease, fix heart disease, there's no way to do it until you address the obesity issue. Like you can't do it. Like same with diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Obviously, this is not about type 1 diabetes. This medications are not approved for type 1 diabetics. So we'll just put that out there. So this is type 2 diabetics that we're talking about that are, when we say diabetes,
diabetes.
And that's obesity. That is a big,
diabetes,
big
type
issue.
2 diabetes is induced by obesity and long-term unhealthy habits. So when we have our patients come in here, we tell them you have to make these lifestyle changes. You have to exercise. You have to do all of these things because I don't care what diet you do, what medication you do, what surgery you do. If you go back to your old habits, you're going to have your old body back, period. End of story. You have to put in the effort. You can't just take a medicine and expect everything to fall off. Yeah, sure, it will a little bit. Not as efficiently.
And then it's
going to come right back.
Right.
You're lowering your basic metabolic rate. As soon as you stop eating, you lower your basic metabolic rate. That's why everybody, when they lose weight, they're like, oh, I lost all this weight. And then they go back to their old habits. Well, you've lowered your basic metabolic rate about 15%. And then when you go back to your old habits, you start eating like you did, you gain all that weight back, plus another 15%. Because your basic metabolic rate's over here in the gutter. So in order to keep that up and amplified, you have to do some form of exercise. And I tell my patients, walking is great, walking is key, but realistically, doing resistance training, exercising with weights and things like that is much better and less time consuming, honestly. So if you are working out 3 days a week, that's all we really require, with resistance or weight training, because when you do weight training, you amplify the utilization of your insulin stores, your glucose stores. You utilize those, and then when you stop weight training, that burn continues for another 48 to 72 hours. Whereas where you're walking, doing aerobic exercise, while you're doing the aerobic exercise, walking, running, whatever,
Sorry.
You okay?
I slipped. I'm not as tall as you.
Okay, so when you're walking, you're burning through your insulin glucose.
Did it again. Sorry.
I'm going to be quiet. I'm just kidding. Tara's going to fall. So
I should put myself
workplace balance. I know.
I
almost launched myself. Did you see that?
Exactly. Walking.
Oh, I tell my patients, walking is key. It's great. It's good to do every single day. But while you're walking, while you're doing that exercise, that is when you are burning through your insulin and glucose stores, utilizing your muscles during that time. When you stop walking, that ends. When you do resistance or weight training, you extend that period of burn for another 48 to 72 hours. So that's why you only have to work out 3 days a week. I mean, you can work out more, sure, you're going to burn more. But when you stop lifting or doing resistance training, your body's going to continue to utilize those stores. There's that. So you have to do some heavy lifting, some exercise of some form. You can't just lay around on the couch and just not eat anything. That's not going to work.
As almost everyone knows, at this point, when you use these medications, it decreases your appetite significantly. And that's another thing. Like I always am sure to tell our patients that they have to eat protein.
You have to eat.
You have to eat protein on top of that. And women are the worst about consuming protein on a normal day, let alone when they're no longer hungry. Like no one's like, protein. And, let me get that chicken, like breast of chicken.
Let me get this protein shake going. So good.
It's so good. And so that's my so good. So protein. Water.
1.4 to 1.7 grams per kilo on your protein.
And so... yeah, and that's significant.
That's a lot.
I would say, I try to tell people at least try to start with 20 grams per meal, right? If you could do that, if you can even get close to that, like you can always work up.
Yeah.
You can always, this is not a race. Like we are in this for the long haul. Like we didn't get this way quickly. We're not going to fix it quickly. And I know that's kind of cliche, but this medicine is the first time that you'll have time to really learn about yourself and think about yourself because you're not starving.
And that's
all
what we're
the time.
doing. We're utilizing the time on this medication to help you create these better habits. Like I'll tell my patients, we'll tell them, fast through breakfast, making lunch your first and biggest meal of the day. You do not need 3 freaking meals a
Right.
day. I mean, if you're constantly giving your gut
I
something
mean,
to
if you're a
do,
construction worker, maybe.
maybe. But
But
if
if
you're working in an office
yeah,
or
if you're an office
mm-mm.
worker and even nursing, we walk a lot. I get it.
You get
But
to eat when you're nursing?
I put them in my pocket.
I never ate. I ate peanut butter and crackers out of the
Oh, yeah,
closet.
yeah.
So in a ginger ale, wash it down.
Mhm.
That's what you have time for.
I would
Yeah.
put my snacks in my pocket. But also, we never ate, so therefore then when we got off of work, we were like,
Yeah. Binging at the end of the day in the
mhm,
closet,
absolutely.
pantry.
And then going right to bed as
The
we were
worst.
done for. So that's the thing. So we start things slow. And do we want you to? So I also tell patients another thing is like starting a medication. I do not suggest you immediately go buy $500 worth of groceries. Do not go sign up for Planet Fitness immediately. Let's kind of roll into this easy. We don't know how you're going to feel. Feel terrible. And now $500 worth of groceries are gone because you're sick. You feel
Instead of-
icky. Because that is the number one side effect of these medications.
Yeah.
Nausea,
What about what
vomiting.
nausea is? It's the body system saying, don't do that anymore. I'm gonna make you throw up if you keep on. It's like, put poison in your body.
Why do folks want to eat when they're nauseated?
Oh my God, I don't know. You come into the ER and you're eating a bag of chips. I'm so nauseated. I've been
so
nauseated for
nauseated.
3 days. I'm like, but you're
I'm gonna
eating.
throw up. And we're like,
I believe you.
why are we eating if we're gonna
I'm just so
throw
hungry.
up? Or it's gonna help my nausea.
So that's the thing. The way these medicines work is they turn on that little signal in your brain that says, hey, that's enough food right there, because we've negated that signal a long time ago. We can't hear it anymore because we eat so much, so big, so fast in America.
And
that
we're
we
told
just
3 meals a day.
3 meals a
minimum.
day, but we plow through food. I mean,
Mhm.
especially if you're working in healthcare, who has time to eat? Any really, hell, everybody, we're just go, go, go all the time.
Yep.
We eat on the go. We don't sit down and have a meal. I mean, my God, if you go to Europe, they make meals an event.
I know.
An event. It's like they languish ditch all over just for hours.
And they also are productive humans.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that our entire lifestyle is broken, basically.
America is broken. What you talking about?
We're broken. We're just broken.
We're broken in a lot of ways. And
We're
for fat
chunky.
asses.
Chunky and broken. That's the next
Oh,
podcast.
God. Yeah, chunky and broken.
Okay, I got another question.
Okay.
How often should I follow up with my provider?
At least once a month for accountability.
At least once a month.
Every 3 months by law.
What if you're on this dose of medication and one, it's either A, not working for you, or two, it's
working
killing
well.
you? Right. Like
Yeah.
what? Like we got to know these things. And 4 weeks is a long time for us not to know that you've been vomiting every day and that you stopped taking your medicine and that you don't want to do this anymore, but now you're enrolled in this, like there's a whole bunch of things like we need to know. You've got to communicate.
And here's the other thing too, is you don't want to stop the nausea. People come in, I'm on a Zofran with my medicine. I'm like, no. So Zofran's not as safe as everybody thinks it is. I mean,
well, every medicine has side effects.
For sure. Yeah.
Tylenol, side effects.
We want you to be a little nauseated on this medication. That's the body telling you stop eating so much because you're eating way too much. You're not going to do anything with it other than sort of fat. So stop eating. And that's the signal that we want to create. The other side effects of this is you can have some constipation because it does delay your gastric emptying. So you feel fuller longer. And people are like, I'm so constipated. Okay, well, take some Miralax, take some Senecot, Dancer's tea.
I have patients immediately. If they have a propensity for constipation, period, I have them start fiber supplements.
Absolutely. Fiber is great. We don't get enough of it in our lives anyway.
And
ever.
When you're nauseated, you're less likely to choose a heavy fiber meal, heavy protein meal. You're going to go straight for carbs because that's what makes you feel better.
For sure.
So those are things like if you can figure that out, and that takes time to figure out how you're going to do this. I would say 6 to 8 months minimum to figure out. That's just to figure out how this diet plan, this new intervention is going to work in your life. After about a year, you kind of got it.
Pretty much.
I mean, are you losing weight during this?
Absolutely.
But it takes time to learn yourself. And then you're like, I was just eating trash because
God.
I was busy. And then in my mind, I thought, well, if I don't eat right now, I'm not going to eat it because I got to pick him up and then I got to do this. And then this happens. And so it'll be like in your mind, 8:00. Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like if you're not hungry, you don't have to eat because you're not going to get to eat.
And a lot of patients will notice also that whenever they start these medications, the foods that they normally gravitated to, that they were, their hardcore things they loved the most, they just had like an aversion to. Not like a full on, oh my God, I can't eat that aversion. Just like
it's like,
I don't want it anymore.
It's not the thing.
And it's because you're listening to your body and it's telling you what it wants. And that's the other signal. We just don't even know what we want to eat. We just eat whatever's on the fly. We don't listen to what our body's telling us it needs. So at this point, these medications allow you the time to figure out what you want. And majority of the time, even this is true after being off the medications, I still don't know what I want to eat.
Right. Absolutely.
It's really difficult. What do we want to eat tonight? I don't know. It's like the age-old question for all these married people or people in relationships. What are we having for dinner? I don't know. It's the worst question ever. Don't ask me.
Oh, I know. I watch y'all go through it. It's a lot.
I make 1,000 decisions a day. Don't ask me that one. Take that one from me. That's all I ask.
Okay. So talking about this, how long will a patient have to stay on the medication?
For as long as you need to.
I am indefinitely until other situations occur.
I mean, you can go down to microdosing when you do a smaller dose.
Once you get to a place, and let's say that your first goal, you're like, I want to weigh this, that, and the other, 140 pounds. And then you get to 155 and you're like, I feel good here.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to continue that downward trend if this is where you're feeling good. If you're healthy in this weight and you feel good about it, that's where we stay. And then you can start microdosing. So that's always an option.
I do want to say something about our goal weight. I don't want to hear about your best fighting weight. Or what you weighed in high school. We're never going to weigh that again.
Never.
Ever, ever, ever. We've gone through life. We've had children. We've had just life in general. We're not doing that. I want you to get to a certain weight where you feel healthy. But here's the other thing. I don't want you paying attention to the scale. I want you paying attention to how well your clothes fit. That is the true gauge of weight loss. The scale kind of helps a little bit, but it doesn't tell you body composition. It's just telling you how much gravity is pushing down on you at that point. It doesn't tell you how much fat, how much water, how much muscle, any of that, how much bone.
It's really not that complicated.
But
I will say this. Coming from the diet culture of the 80s, the supermodel.
Dexatrim.
Oh my God. I forgot about that.
Lord.
But we are brainwashed in a way. Brainwashed 40 and 50-year-olds of the 80s.
Yeah.
Here we are. Today's podcast. I'm just kidding. So basically we were taught like your actual weight number was like a whole event. So you at 6'12",
I am 74 inches now.
Being, 190 pounds and a 5'3" person being 190 pounds.
Hell, I'd love to be 190 pounds. I'm still not. That ain't happening.
But that's two different. That is apples and oranges. You cannot compare. But we are so ingrained in this, what the weight number is. Can you remember? Oh my God. And telling your weight like in PE. Oh my God. I would have rather been an alcoholic. I would have rather them told the entire class that I was an alcoholic.
Than your weight?
In 10th grade.
Yeah, that was shitty.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
I mean, I'm already a monstrosity because I'm taller than everyone.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just telling you, my little group, apparently.
Who are you talking to? I am Gigantor. I was like the tallest bitch ever.
I finally found a friend taller than me. Oh my God, it was terrible.
I was always off the charts.
I'm always like,
always.
Hey, hi. Do you want to borrow my skirt, Tara? I'm like,
it'll be like a belt.
It'd be like a mini skirt. I mean, we go to a Christian school, so we can't wear that. I couldn't wear anyone's clothes because their skirts were too short.
Listen, I made capri length everything what they are today. I'm the reason why people have capris.
So did Judy. Judy talked about that a lot. My
mom
talked about everything being a capri on her.
Because everybody back in the 80s was like, I don't know, 5'5".
Petite.
And long was 1 extra inch. Oh, come on. Or guy jeans because they had inseam lengths.
See what the 80s did? Like 80s. I mean, it was great. It was a great time. But when we talk about the diet culture, man, they really like messed you up with that.
They did. You remember Stop the Insanity?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Susan Powder.
Do you remember the Thigh Master?
I love the Thigh Master. You can even use that on your arms.
Hey, you know what? We should bring that back because it's really just resistance.
It is resistance. It's true.
So the Thigh Master is okay. I'm going with that one.
Okay.
Dexatrim, I'm out. All the others, I'm out.
What else is there?
Fast.
Yeah, I loved some fast shakes.
I did too.
As a kid.
I think they had a lot of sugar in them though.
Are those ABBA 77 shakes? And they had phentermine, fen-phen. Terrible for your heart.
Well, they took it off the market. Yeah. Did them in. Yeah. So don't go by the scale. Go by how you're feeling. Go by your clothes.
Don't expect to get to your fighting weight or your high school weight. That's not going to happen.
That's right. It's not.
I mean, if it does, then you're going to look terrible.
Not necessarily. Some folks look fine, but just remember,
I'm going to tell you to stop, and you got to gain some weight back.
A lot's happened since you were that fighting weight.
A lot has happened, yes.
A lot has happened to your body.
A lot of life. Babies,
all the things. Yeah. Except for you fellas, I guess. No babies for you. But y'all did go through that whole...
They ate with us.
They did. They ate with us.
Yeah.
They went and got it. They're enablers.
Yeah, but the biggest fight of my marriage was because he wouldn't go get me a taco.
I remember.
Holy shit. 4 days.
Poor
I didn't talk to him for 4 days. That's all I wanted was a taco. He said, Pia's going to come out speaking Spanish. I'm like, well, and our first word was hola.
It is funny how you were like, that craving was
a whole
insatiable. Absolutely. Like, I can't get past it. Like, there's no way I can do other things until that is, it's like crack cocaine.
What is that?
I don't know. Mine was,
why do women crave?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's just in general. People want to hear about that. Well, the GLP-1s, they are great medications.
They're great
to use with lifestyle changes and behavioral modification. There's a lot into it.
Yeah.
It's not going to fix your life. It isn't going to fix it. Sorry.
I also tell my patients, we have gotten off the rails with portions in America big time. Like, back in the 80s when you could upsize everything for 9 cents, you get a Coke as tall as me and like a vat of fries. And then you were taught as a kid, clean your freaking plate. So you're eating everything unnecessarily.
Well, we really stopped like working hardcore about that time frame too.
Yeah. So
then we're eating like
our metabolism,
5 grams.
We're eating way more. So the first thing I tell my patients to do is, make your plate like you normally do. But before you've taken the first bite, you're going to cut everything in half and take half off of your plate. Because I want you to visualize it takes this much food to get through the meal, not this much food to get through the meal. I mean, you can always half everything and put it to the side. And then if you're still hungry after you eat that half, then go ahead and eat it. But then you're going to get nauseated. You're not going to want to eat it. But to stave off the nausea, eat half, sit for a minute, slow down for just a minute, and then see if you still need it. You're not going to need it.
I know. And also, if you feel like you do need it, add an extra veggie. I mean, truthfully, like that'll, like then you really are contemplating, like, hungry. Can I eat more? I'm not even hungry anymore.
I don't really want that.
I'm gonna put that for lunch tomorrow.
Another trick too. A lot of people say, I think my medicine's wearing off. You can back it up a day. You can back your shot up a day. You can extend it out a couple of days. But if you're noticing that you're getting a little hungry, hunger is like your body telling you it wants to build something exercise wise too. So get a handful of walnuts, almonds, like a tree nut, and eat those. And avocado, the good fats that take a little bit longer to digest, because then that will also help you stave off, eating bad things on the whim.
What about if you just want something that is not...
Eat it.
Right.
Just eat the damn thing.
Just eat it.
Because this isn't a diet. I don't want you to say, hey, I can't have that. I'm on a diet. That's not living. No. Yeah, I tell everybody, if you're eating clean 90% of the time, if you're shopping on the perimeter of the supermarket, no reason to go down those middle aisles unless you need dog food, cat food, tampons or something. But anyway, you're shopping on the perimeter. You're eating as clean as possible.
Coffee.
That's not going to end you.
There's a whole aisle.
Well, mine's on the end. Anyway, so if you're eating clean 90% of the time, you have that luxury of a 10% fall off, because most of us fall off on the weekends. We're going out with friends and family. We're going to dinner. We're going to have birthday cake at birthday parties. We're going to go to the movie and have hot butter popcorn with our chocolate covered almonds mixed in with our Coke. It's fine. You can have that. You just, when you get back on the wagon on Monday, you're just eating clean again. So
Well, with the medication on board, you're not gonna eat as
You're not going to eat
much.
as much of it. You can have it. You're just not going to eat
Mhm.
as much.
Right.
For
So,
sure.
instead of that entire canister, you're like, "Thank you. This is
Yeah.
enough."
And you can eat fast food on the weekends if you want to just indulge it, like, a fast food joint, get a hamburger and fries, eat half.
Another trick I like to tell patients is to do their injections on Thursdays so that by the weekend, because most people, if you're a Monday through Friday person, you will indulge more on the weekend.
Mhm.
So if you do your injections on Thursdays, by Saturday, yeah, you're not going to be
No.
wanting popcorn at the movie theater.
Mm-mm.
You might need a chocolate almond.
I'm just going to suck the chocolate off
Just
this almond and spit the almond out.
one.
It's fine.
And then that's pretty much that'll do it.
That'll
That'll
do
do
it.
it. That
Mhm.
crushes that thought that you have like, I need chocolate almonds.
Yeah. Another thing too is you can pair these medications with lipotropic injections as well,
Mhm.
which help kind of, it helps facilitate a little bit more fat loss. It helps keep muscle. You can add B12 to them for a little perk of energy or some L-carnitine for some extra fat burn. So you can pair these together and amplify your weight loss and just really make yourself feel a little bit better, a lot better actually, so that you can feel a little bit more motivated. So you'll feel a little bit more motivated to exercise or go on a walk, hang out with the kids.
Yes. You do feel better. I mean, are there side effects? Yes. Everybody experiences them different. But in the end, once you start losing weight, you feel better about everything.
Everything. You feel less toxic. Oh,
Yeah.
that was
And
the
then you're
big thing.
literally like, oh, I can go walk.
Mhm.
I can join a gym.
I can go outside and play with the kids.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
a-
exhausted, and I'm not gonna hurt myself.
Right. Well, no, I mean,
I'll still hurt myself.
yeah, me too. But yeah, you do feel better. You feel better everywhere. Brain feels better.
You
Things
think
just-
clear. You're not so
Mhm.
fogged up by all the sugar floating around your head.
Yeah, it is it's
Sugar. Talking about sugar. So recent study came out, and this is for our diabetics plus our weight loss people too. So creatine once a day, normal dosage. Creatine pushes glucose into your muscle cells. If you're using your muscles to exercise, walk, whatever, you're burning through that glucose. You become more metabolically efficient because you're utilizing your insulin, becoming more insulin sensitive and not so insulin resistant. So add a little creatine to your life. But you have to hydrate with creatine or your kidneys are going to hate you. So there's that.
C in the ER and the AKIs. Bye.
That's a cute kidney injury. So what else?
That's all.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you got some.
And you've been on your medication for a month and you call the next month, I need to increase my dose. You do not need to increase your dose.
That was my next question.
Increasing your dose does not amplify or increase your weight loss. It just
Absolutely
does
not.
not. No.
Actually, the
Lord.
studies of the medication, can I use their trade names?
Yeah.
The Zepbound or tirzepatide, it is 10 milligrams. That is the dose where people maintain the best weight loss for the longest period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Or they maintain the weight loss that they have obtained by getting to 10 milligrams. So 10 milligrams is
Sweet
moderately
spot.
high dose. But you can't go from your initial dose
2.5
to 10 milligrams. You will feel...
You'll quit. Because
Yeah.
you'll be so sick
So
or
sick.
so constipated or have those sulfuric burps that everybody complains about, which go away. You'll quit. You won't want to do it.
Yeah. So you're not going to lose weight. So I like for people, if they've plateaued for greater than 4 weeks, once they've plateaued at 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, depending, like let's say they're going out of town or something, obviously there's always wiggle room. But once they've plateaued and we are stuck, then, and let's say we're on a low dose. Oh, well, obviously let's move it up a little bit. But I also start asking them questions like, okay, what are you doing? What have you been doing to facilitate this medication to help you help yourself? Because it is not magic.
It's not going to do it alone.
No.
You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort.
Yeah. This will not fix your life. It does not fix your life. If you are not sleeping,
sleep is
if
huge.
you are not, if you're, this is not going to fix the weight issues associated with those two medications. You have to sleep. You have to figure out how to make your depression better. I mean, it cannot just fix everything. You gotta put in the effort. And we all know the things like exercise makes you feel better. You have
endorphins.
So that's where it all, there's a whole thing about that too, about friends and how we think literally on the same wavelength.
We can't help it. One last thing. This is just my observation, and it's true. Insurances change their rules just about every 3 months. I've
Mm.
said this for years. It's like, you get a prior authorization approved, and then the very next month it's like, oh no, we reneged. We take that back. Just kidding. You got to get another PA. And we have these parameters that you have to also fall under too. So August 31st, it's gotten worse. So just about every insurance company PA that you fill out, they will completely deny that first PA, and then they want you to run an appeal. Even if you do another PA behind that, so well, you denied it for this, but I have this other syndrome that is now been approved, like obstructive sleep apnea. That in and of itself, Medicare pays for if they're obese as well. But if you go to file that, they're going to deny it. And then we have to file an appeal. And this is all time consuming. But we are here doing it.
So are you saying that you're just not pocketing the patient's money and you're like, is that not what's happening?
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
No, that's not what's happening.
No.
It is there is work behind the scenes. And
when you leave here, we're not done with you. We're not just running a prescription out the door you go. Right. That's not what's happening.
We wait for them to tell us that they need this
prior authorization.
We send in all the information. Then they deny it per the usual. And now they want appeals.
And appeals are written letters that take time with your medical records to explain to the nth degree as to why this medication is good for you and why it would help you become healthier in the long run.
Come up with a sushi menu. Just check the boxes, little blurb, a T-sheet. Maybe they should make T-sheets for appeals.
It's going to make it too easy because they want you to give up. They want your providers to give up. And a lot of providers don't even do PAs because they know it's going to require an appeal.
That is why primary care does not use the medications for weight loss because it's too time consuming when
they've got to pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah. And they have a panel of 2,000 people. So they cannot continually write this because this is not really, it is a life-saving medication in its own right, but it is not one of the medications that we have come to know that
it's not like insulin.
Right. It's not like insulin. It's not like lisinoprils. It's not like those medications that we absolutely know you're going to have a bad event without these meds. So they work harder on those medications. And that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what they're supposed to do. And that's why they do not do the weight loss medications. They'll do it for diabetes, but the dosing is different for diabetes. They are not worried about your weight loss on diabetes, on the diabetes pathway. So when you're using those medications, they're not going to change. You're following guidelines to work for diabetes. Okay. And that's pretty much what I got today. What else you got? We could spend another 5 hours talking about the insurance aspect of this.
We'll do that next time too.
Every other episode, you can hear us complain about insurance.
Because it changes. It literally changes. They change the rules every 3 months.
I think it's less than that. I mean, every time I come in, they're literally like,
you have to prove, has that patient lost 5% of their baseline? Well, they just got on it last month for crying out loud. Drop one. Crying out loud. So yeah, if you haven't lost 5% of your baseline weight or you haven't been on it for 6 months or longer, or it's just there's always a loophole. There's always something.
But they don't do this for lisinopril.
No,
they don't do this for any other like the diabetes medicine. For instance, let's say diabetics A1C stays at 9. They never argue like, well, you haven't gotten your diabetics A1C down. Like, well, we can't cover this medication anymore.
Oh no, they want you to do Jardiance or Januvia first. Jardiance, Januvia, and then they'll pay for a GLP-1.
Right, but even then, once you get on that, they don't govern it anymore. They're not like, your A1C is terrible. We need to, they're not facilitating in any way. But now all of a sudden, you're having to prove.
This is the most scrutinized medication I've ever seen in my whole life.
That
just like 30 years of healthcare.
Absolutely.
This is the most scrutinized medication by insurance companies.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's crazy.
Why?
Why do you think that is? Why don't they want people to be healthier? This fixes their medicine, their metabolic stuff. God,
it's money. Rude. I think it's money. That's what I think.
It has to be bottom line money. I'll get started on them insurance people need money.
I know. All right. Well, that's all I got today.
Yeah. Okay.
See you later.
Bye. You're listening to Teens and Ash, the show where two real-life providers get real about health habits, wellness, and the broken healthcare system. We're here to educate, empower, and entertain you. One appointment-free episode at a time. This is healthcare without the bullshit.